Hey, my beauties. Good afternoon to you, my wonderful Jamaican people. All right. I don't believe that we have to be combative or, when we're scolding people, reprimanding people, we have to be very callous and cold and rough. Sometimes we can take it from using soft skills, employing soft skills, but to be firm as well. My Jamaican people, one of the problems that I have for years, it has nothing to do with the current administration, which is the Jamaica Labour Party, who is in power right now. I've seen this under the PNP's or the People's National Party's administration when they were in power. And then we blame the government that is, in for that season. We litter the gullies, we litter and they wash down into the drains, into the sewer system. And then I am not saying that in the different municipalities the councillors and his or her team should not clean the gullies because they have work to do. If I guess people may say if they don't litter the place and they won't have work to do. No, you can't look at it from that standpoint. The gullies must be maintained, the drainage must be maintained, the sewers must be maintained. So it's not about just cleaning the place. I'm sure that if people were to walk in the average person's home, you don't drink a juice and you see the juice bottle on the ground and then you just keep throwing it on the ground. Continue doing that and see what will happen to your home. I don't even have to say that. And that's a problem with many Jamaicans. We don't treat our homes, treat our country at large as how we would treat for those who are very clean and tidy, our home, the society as how we would treat our homes. As I said, you don't get up day after day and drink something, the cup, and you just throw it down and leave it there. Just give it after 1 week. What would happen? I wouldn't even bother mention 2 weeks, a month. You'd be worse than what you see hoarders go through. And I'm sure you've seen when you watch those reality TVs with the hoarders. A rat was as big as a raccoon because the rats just get bigger and bigger and bigger. There's no stopping, there's no ending to their bodies getting bigger in terms of the food. I thought it was a raccoon. It was a rat. It was a rat, a huge rat. Not even big like a proper big raccoon. Because the lady was treating her own home like how people treat the dumps, the dumpsters, the gullies, the drainage, the sewers and all of that. I am not saying the councillors are not to do their job, but it is unfair. And then we blame the government for nasty work. It's a bad behavior. It's a representation of how we are. I remember one day, I was driving on the regular main road and I saw somebody throwing, food on outside. And then other times I see people throwing out bottles on the road and all of that, and they're not biodegradable. They pollute the air. And you wonder sometimes when people develop all sorts of illnesses and diseases, yes, because of them wicked ways in many instances, but also because the air is polluted. Not just maybe the bad food or not so good food that they're eating, or but the air is polluted. Sometimes you look in the gullies and you see the scores and scores of debris in terms of the bottles, the paper. Even sometimes you look in the sea. People, no man, come on. It has nothing to do with government. And I'm not talking specifically the government. That it doesn't matter which government is leading right now or which government is in governance. We have a responsibility. We make it sound as if they're the only humans and we're like nincompoops or we're orangutans or gorillas. And them have to tell we have to and behave that way. You understand? Come on, we have to take some responsibilities. We have to take responsibility as Jamaicans. You can't be littering the place and then when it gets clogged up, I tell you, you say the JLP this and that. I tell you, so the PNP this and that. That's wrong. It is wrong. It is like people displaying bad behaviors, and even when they're 50, they still blame their parents, they still blame the school teachers, they still blame the administration. Fine, they may have contributed to your poor raising and all of that, but at some point you have to take responsibility and say, all right, God, things didn't go my way. For the last 40 odd years, I've displayed bad behavior. I think it's time for me to change now. So even if they are not doing what they're supposed to do, you do what you know is right. It is not good, beautiful people, because you would not want to go. I'm sure that you wouldn't want somebody to come in your home. For example, they finish eating and they just drop the bottle on the ground. They finish drop the plate on the ground, sorry, or they drink something, they drop the bottle or the glass or the cup and they have it on the ground and they put it down. You would never, you probably wouldn't never invite them to your home again. You'd be disgusted. This is the same way you must feel when you're going out on the road. Keep your garbage. Keep a bag in your car, or put the thing somewhere where you can just quickly grab the garbage. You know, whether you like seeing it in your car, we don't like seeing it on the road. It's your personal garbage, so you have to deal with seeing it in your car. And then when you come to the nearest garbage, you dump it in there. You throw it out on the road because you don't want your car to be messed up. You don't want your car to be, to look untidy. But the road must look untidy. The gullies must look untidy. The sewers must look untidy. That's wrong. And it tells the kind of character you are. That's the same way you would be selfish with people. Arrogant and proud and scornful. And remember, God doesn't walk with the proud and the scornful. And if God no walk with you, and you have the devil walking with you, your life is cursed. I was listening to a man who was formerly an Obia man. And it was sad hearing it. It was really, really sad hearing him when he said Jamaicans love Obia. He was using it. He was making a general statement, and he says church people as well involved. And he, funny enough, he said they charge one whole heap of money, $100,000. And I say, you see what life funny? And if you were to ask somebody telling you that to go do something good, they would, I don't have it, you're bright and what are you come ask me for 100 and so much money. And yet they find it to go and do something evil. Right? And he said one of the things that he realized is like the money was like, he never used this term. It's my mother always used it. But against the son. It's like it was like a curse was on the money. As it left. It went. So what I'm saying to you people, in terms of not treating people right or doing good, it's going to come back at you. It speaks to who you are as a human being. It speaks to who you are as a human being. Why would you want to feel comfortable in littering or in the country like this? Why would you feel comfortable littering the country like that? And then when it drip, because it's going to wash away now. And it always carries it at a section in our country where it clogs things, creates pollution, air pollution. And looks horrible. I see it. Sometimes you pass some place, they look in some gully's chair, table, desk, all kinds of things in there. So, and then if the council or the government or whomever it is that is in charge of cleaning, don't come and tell me you're going to blame them. You see how we are unfair? So we give the people in basket to carry water at our every whim and fancy. It's wrong, Jamaican people. Some of you are to be blamed. You shouldn't even think of blaming either of the two major political sides. You ought to take some responsibility. You have your food, you sit down, make it turn, make it mess up, your car can't clean. Make it sit down in there. If you're somebody supposed to come, even if it is a PM, say with all due respect, PM, until I get to a garbage dump or I get home or whatnot, I have some garbage in here. Just, see what the look or the smell or whatever. Wind down your window, if anything. But don't litter the place. It is wrong. And then when the gullies get clogged and full, and it's filled with debris in terms of the bottles and the paper and the garbage and the muck, we blame the councils and the government and everybody, all the relevant authorities. It's wrong, Jamaicans. It is wrong. And I'm not saying for once that they're not to do their jobs. It's almost like you have the auxiliary person. Yes, they have to clean the bathroom. But it's not your responsibility to leave fecal matter in there, or urine, or whatever else will go in toilets. And when you look at the toilet seats, it's not because they're cleaning it. You try to keep it as clean as possible. Make their work not as arduous, as difficult. It is not right, my Jamaican people, and our behavior. You see how we are aggressive and horrible and we have no compassion? It comes out even how we treat the bathrooms, the public bathrooms. It speaks to our heart, our soul. It is corrupt. That's how you go. You do, you're no business. You urinate, you're no business. And them a clean it. Them lucky kind of a situation. You don't care. It is wrong. And the only way you can understand, somebody needs to come to your home and do the same thing. Leave the dude in at the toilet. We up your toilet seat. They eat them, just fling down the plate on the ground and the cup and all of that. Then you begin to understand what some of you have been doing to our country. And then blaming other people. We need to take responsibility. Where they need to take it, they should take it. Guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this message.